Hi guys, welcome to Tamra's Tarot Variety. I have a very special guest with me tonight. I have the former governor of New York, Mario Cuomo. I just feel like I need to clap for him. Hi, Mario. It is very bittersweet, guys. He is coming to talk to Andrew Cuomo, sorry. And then he's going to give messages. So he's helping me with this. I'm going to give a little biography of who he is. And then I will start talking to him. I am a medium, as many of you who are subscribers know. So just for days now, I've been doing automatic writing down his messages. He's been with me. I actually filmed talking to him on Friday. It was just a crazy day, you guys. I walked to Riverside Park on the Hudson, and it was a magical day. It was very windy. It was around 80 degrees. The Hudson looked like the Caribbean. It was just, he was talking to me, and there was this impromptu dance video made right in front of me. And then I brought him to the Hudson, and it was so windy that I didn't upload the video. And then also Frank Sinatra joined him. And you guys, we just had like a party, and they were talking to me. I filmed it. I filmed everything they were saying. But then it was right before the full moon, and I was just very hyper and all over the place, and it was windy. So Mario Cuomo informed me not to upload that, and he asked me to film this today, Palm Sunday, and everything is symbolic. He said yes, he's a very symbolic man. Okay, let me get into his biography. He's guiding me, and I'll talk about that later as to why he's doing that. So his name is Mario Matthew Cuomo. He was our 52nd governor of New York from 1983 to 1994. He was married 60 years to Matilda Cuomo, and they had, I believe it's 4 or 5 children, of which you probably know Chris Cuomo, who is, I think it's NBC. He's a reporter. And Andrew Cuomo, who is our current governor, which is why Mario is here to talk about Andrew. He also has a lot of messages. He was lieutenant governor from 1979 to 1982. And prior to that, he was Secretary of State from 1975 to 1978. He was born June 15th, 1932 in Briarwood, New York. And he passed January 1st, 2015 in Manhattan. I believe he was in his 80s. Everything has meaning. So June 15th, he was a Gemini. We talked about that. He was a mouthpiece. He loved it. He and I actually have a lot in common. We talked a lot about that. I will get to that later. He was dubbed Hamlet on the Hudson, which is has a lot of symbology to me too. He was very, very intuitive. At one point in 1992, there was a planned assassination on his life in Sicily, and his intuition, along with the professionalism of his staff, they ended up going to Rome. And he says he had a guardian angel. They ended up going to Rome instead with armed bodyguards, and the hit was called off. So he has so many messages, you guys. He wants you to really listen to your intuition and surround yourself with people who believe in you and believe in your intuition, and surround yourself with people who have different strengths than you do, but you complement each other. He's saying nowadays, many people are trying to do it all. He said, okay, let's get to Andrew and then we'll get to the messages. Because I know some people watch these videos, and I'm trying to do them in an order for people who just tune in just to get the, you know, the obvious message of people that I'm channeling. So yes, the reason he's here, the most important reason is he is worried about his son, Andrew Cuomo. He's like, he screamed out, I wrote this down, he's like, my son is innocent. He would like Andrew to look towards his ex-wife. He said that oh, I'm getting hot. This is kind of nerve-wracking. He said that, I asked him if I could say this in the video, and he said yes. He said she's helping to set him up. He is in danger. He needs to protect himself. And this is a smear campaign. And I had channeled, well, I did a psychic read on Andrew a while back, and that's what came up. And that's what allowed for Mario to come through. He would like to tell Andrew that he needs to get better lawyers. And now we can move on to some of you know, more messages from Mario. I'm just gonna read through my notebook in the order that he gave the messages. He said, I'm doing okay. One of his first messages was that when he was alive, he didn't know he had undiagnosed ADD. So the reason he's bringing that up is he told me he thinks I have undiagnosed ADD, which makes a lot of sense. So I'm gonna have to get tested for that. He said that his wife and secretary helped him out a lot. They helped him stay grounded and organized. And we have actually a lot in common. I've really enjoyed having him around. He said that, like myself, he considers himself to be a romantic, and I am too. He was very passionate, and so am I. Oh yeah, he said he would tell my father that I loved him. And I told him that I just love his name, like Mario Cuomo. Is there like a better name than that? And he said he actually loved his own name too. He's very honest. So I have been making, I am on a special diet. I won't get into why. Well, I mean, I have celiac disease, but I won't get into all the details. And he's like, yeah, don't do that. That's an ADD thing, going on tangents. But I have been making as much of the kind of Italian food I can eat. So I made a sauce. I made like a meat sauce, and I made spinach with garlic. And, you know, I made it very healthy. And he's like, And we had a huge, long talk about Italian food and how he grew up in New York during like an amazing time. And he said he did see a decline in the Italian food. There are some communities that still have good Italian, but I told him I kind of missed out on that. I moved to New York in 2001, and but we discussed it. I did get to eat that kind of really good Italian food in the North End, in the North End of Boston. So that was awesome. We talked a lot about that. He said New York will make a comeback. He's not too happy about de Blasio. And then we talked about the weather. Because I just told him, like, I'm probably leaving New York, you guys, but the weather here frustrates me. It's not because of the weather that I'm leaving New York. It's a long, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. But we talked about the weather. It's very challenging. Actually, we talked about this too. He's saying that, you know, it is a safe place for weather. It doesn't get like too extreme like many places are right now. And he's saying yes, because Mother Nature is angry. That's why we have these high winds. And I think I included that in my predictions of 2021. You can watch that video. But he said, yeah, but it's Mother Earth cleaning. Yeah, it's necessary. So anyway, what is challenging about New York is there's oftentimes a big difference between the outside temperature and inside. So we have these old buildings, this older subway system, and it's also very humid in New York. It's actually considered to be a tropical climate, which is very strange. He and I were we have been just, he's a Gemini, my Mercury is in Gemini, and we just, yeah, it's like we've been at this long cocktail party. But, so that makes it challenging. I do have to say though, I moved to New York in 2001, and he said, yeah, this is a good thing about New York. It is humid, so that helps with your skin, and yeah, it just helps. It keeps you, he said dewy. Oh my God. I filmed the chat I had with him and Frank, and I'm gonna do a separate video with Frank Sinatra. But I was imitating them. We had so much fun. But anyway, let's move on. Oh, yes. And he said, so his wife really grounded him. And he told me that I need to find a grounded man to ground me. I was like, okay, I'll work on that. So he was idealistic, passionate, and a little wacky, he said, like me, and his wife and staff guided him, and he wishes he thanked them more. because he said, yeah, he was the person in the front. So he's a little sad. He said, you know, some of his policies and procedures have been overturned. And he went on to say he was in politics in his past lives as well. And then he told me that we tend to stay in our own lane, like lifetime after lifetime. Sometimes we branch off. And so Spirit's been opening that up to me, that, you know, a lot of us like to just sort of perfect what we're doing. And he said they kind of stay, like they hang out, but they kind of stay in their own lane on the other side too. Like just, he said not fully, not like here, but, you know, they're just working on things. So, you know, he reiterated to me, because I asked him if I knew him in another lifetime, and he said no. And so he has had other lifetimes where he was in politics. And he said, my lane is writing and like being a mouthpiece for religion. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I'm not ready to tell you all what they've told me, but it's interesting. Okay. So he said one of his main goals when he was here, he wanted people to be able to succeed. He said there are blocks on people's success. And some of those blocks are illegal substances and crime. And also, yes, I wrote in very big blocked letters, he's very masculine. So in addition, another message for Andrew is he would like Andrew to date someone closer to his own age. And this isn't a dig on the latest scandal. He just reiterated some of what I had said before. He said, you know, Andrew is a very busy man, and what happened with him and those women is not seedy. It's just that he said those women are actually interesting, and Andrew, you know, like I said in the other video, he's an old school guy. Mario Cuomo was old school, and Andrew finds people that are passionate about politics to be very interesting, and he's attracted to women of all ages, like many men. But now he's going to, Mario would like Andrew to date someone closer to his age. And Mario is saying he's going to have that opportunity. And he will find this person. They haven't met yet. She's not in politics, but she is a celebrity. And that would be someone good for him, someone of his equal, not so much status, but it is an energy, like they will feel like equals because they're both in the public eye and they're both have a passion for what they do. And again, he said, yes, this is a smear campaign. And he said he loves his son, and he says he's very noble. And he said he knows his son is aware of who his enemies are. So he would like his son to honor his intuition. He said Andrew has very good intuition. And then he went on to say that New York is loved and hated by most who don't live there, and there's not a lot of in between. And New Yorkers generally what did he say? New York generally doesn't receive charity from the rest of the country because of its tough reputation. And this includes personally from people who have relatives who live outside of the state. And there's kind of this attitude, and he's like, yeah, you think you're so tough, so deal with it. That's how he said it. So, and he just wants to remind people, and this is what Andrew has done, and this has made Andrew a target. It's not only his ex, he has other enemies. Andrew has mentioned New York and California give more tax dollars than any other state, and they oftentimes don't receive that back. So, and he said it's not appreciated. So they give a lot of tax dollars. There are many states that take more than they give. And some of those states are like down on New York, and he said it's not fair, and that Andrew knows this. I just went right through that. So let me see. That was my automatic writing, and he is here. He is wearing a tuxedo, and he has a cigar and whiskey, just a straight up whiskey, no ice or anything. What is that called? Straight up. I haven't drank in a while. So he's just hanging out. He said, you did good. He knows how hard it is for me not to go on tangents. And he said he was like that, but back in the day, people had more patience, and they enjoyed tangents, especially if you knew what you were talking about. But, you know, he understands that's before, like, social media, and yeah, he's like, now everyone's always talking. So anyway, he's like shaking his head. I think that's all he wants to say. I asked him earlier if he wanted to say anything more, and he's like, no, that's it, because he really wants to concentrate on Andrew. Oh, he's thanking me. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. I just love that old school politeness. He says he loves his wife and his family. And he actually talked to my family, talked to my dad and my brother. He said they're good men. I don't want to start crying. He's very fatherly. I feel very protected and comforted. And I don't want to see you go, Mario. He said he's going to stay with me, protect me on these streets of New York. I go walking a lot, so he said, yeah, it's getting kind of dangerous again. And there's a little bit of a reversal of what he accomplished, but he said New York will be coming back, and he would like to remind people to take personal responsibility for their lives, for their safety. And he said that, you know, he said it takes a village, and he's laughing. He's like, I know Hillary Clinton wrote that book. But he said it's true. It takes a village, and this issue we have with crime getting worse, he said it's not just one area. Yes, it is personal responsibility, but also he said there has to be something to motivate people to want to be an upright citizen. there has to be a goal for them. And some of those goals have been taken away from our own citizens. And it's like, he's showing me like a pie chart. Like, it's partly the schools, partly the family, partly the history, racism, classism, lack of motivation. Yeah, just feeling like trapped. And he said, at least he felt when he was governor that at least he tried to give people a chance to get out of their circumstances without experiencing like a lot of crime. And he wanted college to be affordable, just people to have opportunities. And, you know, he's saying it's somewhere in the middle for America right now. He's reminding me we are a melting pot and a diverse culture. So we need to meet in the middle between the two extremes of the parties. He tried to do that. So anyway, he said he could talk forever, and so could I. So maybe I'll have him back. I really like him. All right, Mario, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy. Like, I don't know what you do. Go enjoy what you do. All right. And he's just respectfully nodding. All right. Bye, Mario. Love you. And that is it for Mario Cuomo right now. Got to say that correctly. All right. I'm going to watch over this video and hopefully it's not too tangential. All right. That is it for now. All right. Bye, guys.